Let's play. What's up, guys? Blockmars here with episode 27 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Wow, there are 27 episodes of this. That's a lot. I remember back in the summertime when I was trying to do like five a week, and then it went to three a week, and now it's two a week. Yeah, I've just been so freaking busy with people and um, homework and just marching band and all of this stuff. I mean, I had to say to a few people last night, it just takes up so much of my time. It's actually kind of scary. And I didn't make note of this last year about how much time it took up because last year was a completely different year. This year's my last year of high school. It's actually kind of weird. I was thinking about that earlier today, um, where it's my final year, and I was just walking through the hallways, at the end of the day. And I just said to myself, as I was walking into my front door, I was just like, in 1 year, I will not be able to walk into that school and just go to class. That's not something I'll be able to do. And it was it's kind of a depressing moment, but it's also sort of a signal where it's like I'm about to end a chapter of my life, essentially. I would separate high school into its own chapter because it is quite insane. Um, Good lord, dude, I just see all types of mobs just beyond my little border here. All right, here we go. My little mission of this video is to expand my map. Already have a spider after me. And a creeper. This is gonna be crazy, dude. There goes the zombie. He just got. It looked like he pole vaulted. That's what that looked like. Where's the other one? There's another one. This game's also lagging a little bit. I'm sorry about that. This computer's just been on for more than a couple of days. It also sat on for almost all of today because my computer does this thing where I'm gonna try to change some settings. If you bump like the mouse when it's closed, it will turn on and it'll basically be like, "Oh, I'm on. I'm gonna stay on for the whole day." I'm like, "No, like god dang it." Probably also doesn't help that I'm playing a song while I'm filming this. I got hooked on it recently. It's called Heart and Soul by Built by Titan. If you guys ever heard of that, I'm gonna go throw that in my house real quick. Make sure I start growing potatoes. I'd like to eventually grow every crop. I think it's Zephy's, not Zephy's, like Xexies, something like that. With that farming mod, there's like 20 different things you can farm. It's actually pretty intricate. I mean, I don't download the mods, but I do know of some, like Industrial Craft. Obviously, too many items. Industrial Craft, I was always really excited about. Just because of sort of what it promised. It was like, oh, you can do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And you're basically acting like a big company mining out different areas, and it's all mechanical, and it's all collecting the resources for you, and then I think it puts them into chests at the end. Um, but yeah, no, I think I'll talk a little bit more about the song for right now. I saw it on a Dude Perfect video. They were doing a whole bunch of trick shots in Gillette Stadium. Um, I don't know. I find it to be a really sort of uplifting song, and I think that's what the beat was supposed to be. It was supposed to be sort of this uplifting, kind of almost creepily so, um, kind of beat. And if it was, he definitely nailed it. A lot of people don't like this kind of music that I know. I mean, I know my tall German friend does not. We were actually talking about music in the past few days again, and one of her other friends, um, these are freshmen. Like I get along with a lot of different people, it's because I actually talk to people, and they obviously talk to me. In fact, she started up more of the conversations than I have recently. Anyway, um, it's just what was I gonna say? Gonna talk about our friend. I don't think I will now. I gotta kill the skeleton. Hold on. Like, well, the second I run into a skeleton, I stop talking. I'm just like, I gotta concentrate. Okay. I'm a little lost. I didn't take a compass. Dang it. Ooh, what is this? What's going on over here? Probably just like a tiny little, like, a clove. Seriously? That's how this is gonna roll now? Alright. I think next time I film the next episode, I've really got to figure out how to solve this lag problem. Because if I didn't have armor, I think I probably would have died there. And that would have been a really disappointing conclusion to this adventure. In fact, I don't think I've actually, like, died, quote unquote, yet. So, spider. Yeah, there you go. Got a creeper here. Of course, this sheep is just like, sup. I almost said sup, F word, but then I stopped myself. Let's talk about that again in school, because the girl that doesn't like the swearing, she's actually in my I'm almost hesitant to say that's my gym class because I didn't take gym in freshman year. Yeah, laugh now. Um, insert like laugh here. Anyway, we were basically talking about how I now do not swear around her at all. I think the last time I did was a few weeks ago, where she sort of interpreted everything that had just happened in the complete wrong way, and I sort of got a little upset about that. I of course apologized a little bit later, because with someone like her, it doesn't matter how mad you get. You gotta respect how people feel about that. On one hand, it is just words, but on the other hand, this is someone who specifically does not like using those words or hearing those words. The least you can do is respect that. I mean, there are certain words that even I won't say. If you know me personally, you know that I will swear every now and again. There are just certain words I won't say. The N word. Um, that's really messed up that people use that as much as they do. We got the P word, P-U-S-S-Y. I don't like using that. I feel like it's demeaning, you know? Speaking of demeaning, actually, great segue. Emma Watson, in the past day or so, she made a speech for the UN about gender equality. So those hackers that have been posting nude photos of all these celebrities online, this is why I love Emma so much. Not only did they fail because there's technically not any nude pictures of Emma anywhere, but it actually strengthened her voice. It actually made her voice louder, not softer. So they weren't able to silence her in the first place. So basically, hoorah there. Emma Watson will continue to kick ass for many. How about this? I'll pull a bungee. Emma Watson has kicked ass for many years and will continue to kick many, many more. I think ass is not a swear word if I use it as a donkey, as John Green would say. Speaking of John Green, I actually talked with a few people about him in the last few days. I mean, I mentioned to some of my teachers. Yeah, I'm that one weird kid that goes and talks to his teachers. Actually, I went to talk to my AP macroeconomics teacher yesterday. That's a fun little conversation. That was when my brother was coming back from like an after-school thing he had. I had to take him home. Anyway, basically got talking, and I mentioned to her, there are concave graphs that show like production possibilities curve and whatnot, and we were talking about if there's a convex one, and we basically found out that that's literally not logically possible. So we figured that out sort of like together, and I found that was really cool. And this is one of the teachers that's not exactly the most liked ever. She's actually made fun of a little bit, but I have no issue with that. She does take the class a little bit slower than I'd like. But it is her first year teaching an AP, so you can't really get pissed off at her. You just sort of got to keep up with all the notes and whatnot. Make sure you're learning it quickly enough to be ready for the AP test in May. Yeah, that's how most AP classes work. You have the class all year round, and in May you take an AP test. You get a score 1 out of 5. Sorry, you get a score out of 5 and then colleges can use that to determine if you can miss the introductory level classes or something. Someone told me about the introductory classes level part like last year, and it just went in one ear and out the other. I didn't care about that. I took classes that I wanted that matched my subject interest. AP US History, just right there. AP English 3. That was probably the hardest English course I've ever taken. It kicked my ass. Alright? I barely passed that thing. That's how a lot of people did, though. And our teacher, whew, she was amazing. I say that in a good way because she gave us, like, she tested us throughout the year to make sure we'd be ready for the AP test. The AP test was a walk in the park compared to what she gave us. And I love teachers like that, where it's like, they will basically drive you insane, but at the end of that, you'll be like, oh, this was why. And so she made it very, very easy. I think all of us got threes or higher just because of how hard she worked for our success. I was thinking about this earlier today. Teachers and everybody at school, they basically they give up their lives to make yours successful. Think about that for a second. Like, yes, they do it for a salary, but at the same time, they're giving up their lives to make yours successful. Have I shown gratitude for that? Yes, I've actually made cards for my teachers. I started doing that last year. And you know, with wonderful results. A lot of them were really happy that I did that. But also really surprised that I did that. Because no, not a lot of students do that. Not a lot of students care enough. Speaking of cards, I actually make birthday cards as well, and I'm supposed to work on another one tonight for someone's birthday. It was last Friday. One of the Mormon friends I have, she's awesome. I met her in sophomore year. Same year, I met another Mormon friend through Evany. She lives in Utah. I think she got married summer of last year. Yeah, at like 18, 18 and a half, something ridiculous. So there's that little story. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. It's raining. Plus, I've got all these trees which are slowing down. Okay. Ooh, what's over here? I think I've actually been here in a previous episode. Yep. This one I got lost. Yeah, this was like episode, what, 10? It's weird returning here because I already feel different than I did back then. And that's also another weird thing about filming all these videos is that you can go back and you can watch the videos that you filmed and you can already see how you're different and sort of how you've changed. I've been able to do that a lot. I still have those little mob spawners guides that I made like 2 years ago. I keep those up for a reason. Those are how I talk then. This is how I talk now. Oh, I gotta make 2 birthday cards. There's another friend, whose name actually happens to be a month. It's actually pretty cool. We met in World History of my freshman year. No, that's a lie. We met in Spanish 1 and we had World History together as well. We have quite the history. She liked me freshman year. I did not. But we're still friends because of that. And that's really what's cool about her. Is that we still care about each other. And somehow she was able to move on from liking me. And we were just able to be friends. Which is really cool that she was able to do that. She's a really understanding person. She's a really understanding person, really accepting person. She might never watch these videos, but she has a tough life, honestly. And, you know, I always do whatever I can to make her life a little bit easier. It's just sort of what I do. Is she entitled to that? No, but I sort of do it not only out of courtesy, but like just sort of a thank you, where it's like thank you for still being my friend, considering what we've been through, and sort of thanks for just being you. I mean, I said that to someone else earlier today on their birthday. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being awesome, essentially. That birthday was Kat. Her birthday was today. Not going to reveal her age just because I don't think she'll want that on the internet. Plus, that's her to reveal, not me. That's for her to reveal, not me, I should say. So many trees. Like, good lord. I could make 10 videos just chopping trees. My phone is actually blowing up right now with, with text messages. Some are from my crazy sophomore friend. Some are actually from my crazy sophomore volleyball friend. I'm trying to avoid using people's real names. In all seriousness, because I don't think they'll want that. The one that I first talked about, she has Sims 4. I think we hung out Monday with a couple of, I think with a couple of her cousins actually. It's really really cool. She is just, she's another one of those people where it's like, holy crap. Like you just feel lucky every moment that you're talking to her. Like every other moment, you're just like questioning, like, is this really happening? Like, am I really having this conversation? Because after everybody left, there was a good, 10, 15 minutes where we were just sitting alone, just kind of talking. And the conversation never had a bad moment. I even had to, like, well, I had to sort of save it a little bit because I had to use, because I noticed her hair kept falling in front of her face just because of the way she wears it. I used that as a segue into another part of the conversation. So, kind of had to save it a little bit, but yeah, we sat there for a good 15, 20 minutes, and her mom came in saying that she did her homework, and I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Because I had homework that I had to do too, but I absolutely didn't care. I mean, she's definitely more important than homework. A lot of people are more important than homework to me. That's sort of how I've been for the last year or so, is I've always put people first, and usually they've walked right out of my life. There's no other way to put that. They really have. They don't care. I mean, sometimes they do, but then sometimes they don't, and it hurts. But at the same time, you just gotta move on.org. You just gotta keep doing what you're doing, and be you. And I know that's tough to say. I haven't had the worst life ever. I've definitely had one of the best lives a child could ever ask for. Um, I know other people have definitely dealt with more extreme cases of this kind of stuff, just being abandoned and feeling alone. If you are watching this and you have that feeling, guess what? You found the channel where you are no longer alone. Just reach out. That's all you have to do. Don't sit there lonely watching these videos. Say something about it. I mean, I always look at it as we were never meant to fight these battles alone, like loneliness, fear, anxiety. We're never meant to fight these battles alone. We're all people. We all have feelings, we all have wants, we all have dreams and all of that. And I've always sort of looked at it as we need to work together to make everything possible and to sort of say, hey, this is how it's going to work and this is going to be amazing and we're all going to be a part of this together. For whatever reason, humans have just been very, very successful in working together. When we're working against each other, the opposite happens. We're actually very ineffective and we actually end up destroying everything we try to do. For instance, the game I'm playing right now, Minecraft. This was bought by Microsoft, I think, this morning. My dad was telling me about it on the way out. I was like, well, there goes the game, because Microsoft is not going to make a good game out of this. So I have to sort of figure out what I do with that. If you guys are wondering if I'm an Apple user, an Apple fanboy, I've never owned an Apple product. I will never buy an iPhone. The iPhone 6 was just released. I just laugh at all the idiots who buy it. I sound a little cold when I say that. There are even smart people that I know that will go ahead and buy it, and I'm just sitting there silently like, okay, it's your mistake. My usual argument is that the phone spies on you, but then every phone does now. Records and saves your conversations, all that fun stuff. And people are like, oh, that's illegal. They can't do that. No, they actually can. That was actually proven legal. Well, last year by the NSA stuff. And that's just sort of how that works. Welcome to America. I can make so many jokes. I'm gonna resist the urge. I actually have a friend, middle school friend, who has joined the military, and I was sort of surprised when I read that on Facebook. I was just like, oh, well, that's badass, and I sort of really support. Honestly, I support anyone who does that because I don't think I could do it. I don't think I don't think I could. I mean, as much as I love the country, I could never volunteer to do that because that is a serious thing. I mean, that's why I always have really high respect for people who do because it's basically they are dedicating their lives to protect other lives. Think about that for a second. They give up all they want to do with their lives for your benefit. Just think how much of a mind-blowing concept that is. That goes back to what I was saying. People working together. Guarding one another. Keeping each other's dreams alive. I mean, I have friends at school who, basically are, depressing people, kind of. But I still love them. I mean, there's one in particular that I just can't get. I just can't get over. I mean, yes, me and her talk usually quite often, but she's always weighed down with homework, and her mother isn't exactly the nicest person in the world. Um, and I know that I just always got to be there for her, honestly. Now, I think I saw a ravine through this wall. Oh, nope, I hit coal. Yeah, we are running a bit over time here, but yeah, as you can see, I'm not gonna get back to base in time for the outro. I might just spend the next few episodes out in the wild, just sort of doing whatever. I really have enjoyed this episode. I thought it was going to be a train wreck, but this has actually turned out quite well. I just want to keep talking. This is sort of the mood I get into. I sort of get into the zone of talking, 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 and I don't stop. It's kind of an issue. Um, but again, if you are feeling a bit down, listen to the song I just mentioned. Um, Built by Titan, Heart and Soul. Just give that a few listens. You might feel a bit better. Who the heck knows? Might have just given you your new favorite song. Who knows what could happen? And I've always sort of learned that you never truly know what tomorrow holds. You don't. And what better time to find out than now? So if you are sitting out there and you sort of need a reason to live a little bit, live for tomorrow. Live for what that could hold. I know I do talk to a lot of people who... Hey, there it is. I do talk to a lot of people who feel like there's nothing that's worth it anymore. That they just feel like, oh, I'm not going to be successful. I can't do anything with my life. Did I have those moments? I think I did. How did I get over them? This. This was definitely one of the ways I got over those kinds of feelings. Because those are literally just negative emotions that you're telling yourself. The best part about fighting with yourself is that you can win pretty easily. You just gotta tell yourself that you can do it. You just gotta tell yourself this is worth it. This is what I want to do, and this is gonna be awesome. What do you think I tell myself at the beginning of every video? This is gonna be awesome. I mean, I watch all the Rooster Teeth guys. I watch them pretty much religiously, and they've sort of inspired me to just keep going and going and going and going and going. And it's an amazing feeling. They were actually talking about it in one of their videos, 10-year retrospective. They're talking about how it's incredible that so many people have met through the site, and it's gotten to the point where there are complete marriages and relationships that would not have happened if Red vs. Blue didn't exist. Like, there are people on this earth that would not exist if Red vs. Blue didn't. Like, like, to some people, that is a mind-blowing concept. Me included. I'm just like, what? Like, like you basically caused that relationship. That's pretty cool that you're able to do that. Like, through just this random content you made on the internet, you managed to connect with two different people who ended up being perfect for each other. And that's always really cool when someone finally finds that person. Because when you think you found that person, believe me, it's the greatest feeling in the world. You finally feel safe. first of all. A feeling of safety is definitely there. And you just feel like whatever happens, you feel invincible. I found the mine shaft. No, but you literally feel invincible. You're just like, I can take on the world. I'm good. I'm set. This person has my back. And if that person ever leaves, it rips you in half. Sometimes you're never okay again. I don't mean to sort of be that dramatic about it, but you know, I am almost what? I'm 19 in 8 days. I'm not a kid anymore. And I've got to sort of wake up to that reality a little bit. But I'm not. I'm not 13. I'm not 14. I'm not someone who is really an idiot. I'm basically almost my own person by this point. And it scares the hell out of me. Because a lot of the decisions I make now are completely independent of my parents. And that in itself is a terrifying thought. I don't know. I'm sorry that I just get so dramatic on these videos sometimes, but again, it's just this is stuff that hopefully you guys can relate to a little bit. And I know I do have a few friends who are a bit younger than me, but they already feel so much older. I'm trying to make this jump, I just can't do it. Um, I don't know. We've almost hit about half an hour on this. I should probably wrap it up in a few minutes here, shouldn't I? I just don't want to. I just want to sit here and just keep filming all night. But there's other stuff I gotta do. Gotta do homework. Got job stuff. Tomorrow's gonna be a very interesting day. And how that plays out could determine the next few months easily. So, with that, guys, thank you for watching episode 27 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Hope you guys are excited for episode 28 coming out on Sunday. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, let's stop.